And what better way can you have to run a trainer's training in NLP than if the trainers themselves are all mentoring real practitioners? Instead of sitting in front of a group of people, let's pretend they're teaching real people. When you were playing competitive sport, or are playing competitive sport, somewhere in your psyche, sometimes something clicks for you, and it all just goes right. You do without thinking. You don't have to think about doing, it just works right. You ever had that?
I think an NLP trainer should firstly embody the patterning of NLP. So this means that you can actually do NLP, you know NLP, and you are congruent of NLP. That means therefore when you stand up in front of an audience, you're teaching. It doesn't matter what your subject matter is, you're always teaching the subject matter implicitly before you're actually teaching it explicitly, and therefore layering learnings on multiple levels. I think that is one of the key skills that an NLP trainer should demonstrate. There are many other skills, the obvious one being some form of interesting stand-up presentation style that can engage an audience, draw an audience to them, use a variety of different styles that could include very, very subtle layering of learnings or more explicit teaching. I think the key skill to be a top NLP trainer is flexibility.
Well, NLP is all about change, and I think the big thing for me is it has caused me to go back and look at pretty much all of the way I live my life, and to consider in that what I can do better. So really re-examining quite large chunks of the way I behave, the way I interact with others, the way I even interact with my horses, which is a big part of my life, and how I can be much more effective.
From the personal excellence and how to bring that out in others, I think it's very transferable in business if you have people, either team members or people that report to you. It's just by using the correct language and always knowing that person as a positive intention in whatever they do means that you can be more effective as a manager, but actually not just effective in dealing with them, but bringing their best performance out in a workplace or wherever.
NLP is going to apply to pretty much all aspects of my life, and you know, so my career, I work as an engineer at present in a big corporation, and it will help me to be more effective in interacting with all of the people around me in that organisation, and it's going to really help me to shape my future.
I think the one thing that probably slightly surprised me was about 5 days into the course was how well everyone was communicating amongst the group, people that had never met before, different walks of life. It was NLP in motion. It was great to see, and each of those people, I've seen people go away changed, even from physical appearance to faces lighter, looking younger, looking more inspired. I think that's what I noticed.
Today I did some timeline work. I was the demo subject for Michael, and that was really a very powerful experience, which is the reason also why I can say that it brought it home to me how, from looking at from the outside, you won't necessarily see much what's going on in that side of that person, but there's definitely things going on that shift things. And to feel those shifts is really great.
And since I've been here, the people are great, ever so friendly, all obviously understand what we're going through because they've been through it themselves prior to becoming members of staff at NLP Academy. So all in all, a very pleasant experience, and one I could highly recommend.
Well, I say right from the start, it's been a very good experience. It's been right from day one, from the first contact, where I was on the phone, I called to get some information, and it was just great service and very personalised, personal way of having a contact with the staff, and it's been great. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm coming back in June, and I'm looking forward to it.
some of the new code stuff that we've done and the advanced skills has been very useful. And in terms of interacting with others, it tends to be a little more practical than perhaps some of the classic code stuff. So that for me is some of the things that I will perhaps have taken most out of and take forward with me into the future. I think you can use NLP for pretty much anything.